Welcome to Trivia Viral. Our channel covers all the latest analysis and recaps on TV shows and movies, as well as interesting stories and facts that you may not have known. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to our channel if you have been enjoying our videos so far. A business tycoon and billionaire is the master of his own universe until he is diagnosed with a terminal illness. On his deathbed, he finds a business card directing him to a professor. That professor tells him about a radical medical procedure called shedding, in which the body is switched to an artificially grown healthy body. While the billionaire is searching for articles about the shedding neurologists, he suddenly becomes weak and blacks out. In the nursing home, the professor makes a call, saying that once he is transferred to another body, he will never have a chance to return to his original body, and he will be declared officially deceased. The billionaire and the doctor's friend are having coffee in a restaurant to discuss the procedure, but he once again collapses from his illness. Then he is brought to the doctor's house, and he decides that he should transfer his consciousness to a healthy body. After the procedure, the now young billionaire relearns how to walk, swim, and do other things. The doctor also prescribes medication, stating that hallucinations are common side effects of the surgery. The young billionaire starts a new life, but now he goes by a pseudonym. He familiarizes himself with his new home, then goes to his neighbor to introduce himself. There he goes to play basketball and becomes friends with his neighbor. He reads his own obituaries on the internet and tries to call his daughter, but hangs up the phone before he goes through with it. Later on, the billionaire forgets to take his prescriptions. He has vivid hallucinations involving a child and a woman. The billionaire asks the professor about these illusions, and the professor dismisses it. However, the professor also seems to mention details of the hallucinations that the billionaire hadn't mentioned. One day, the doctor arranges for him to move to Hawaii in order to change the scenery, but the billionaire, believing that the hallucinations are real and that they are part of his memory, goes and explores the landmark that he saw in the vision and heads to the location. The young billionaire enters a house and sees picture frames of himself and someone who is supposedly his original body's wife. He comes across the wife, who identifies him as her husband, who is apparently deceased. After that, the doctor's men, accompanied by the neighbor who reveals that he is one of the doctor's employees, break into the house and attack the billionaire and the wife. The billionaire fatally wounds a neighbor and ends his accomplices. Then he escapes along with the wife to pick up her daughter from school. They stay at a motel for a while before heading to New Orleans. In this new town, the billionaire searches for information on the doctor who invented shedding. While watching a video on shedding, he notices a characteristic the doctor shares with the professor. He also sees the professor sitting next to the doctor. He deduces that it is possible that the doctor has shed his consciousness into the professor's body. When the billionaire finds the doctor's wife in a nursing home, he finds that she has Alzheimer's disease and does not remember anything. So he lures the doctor, who is really controlled by the professor, to the shedding facility. Then the doctor reveals that the pills are meant to completely eliminate the personalities of the bodies being shed. The billionaire then deduces that without the pills, his conscious mind will cease to exist, and his body's original consciousness will re-emerge. When more attackers arrive, the doctor quickly evades and escapes, so the billionaire ends up being almost beaten. But his wife injures the man who is attacking him, who proves to be a neighbor in a new body. The neighbor tells them that he has shed multiple times, while the billionaire steals the neighbor's pills. The neighbor taunts the wife and tells her to ask why her supposed husband isn't able to answer any details about his personal life. While they're at a rest stop, the wife confronts the billionaire about his behavior and lack of knowledge of their personal details. He tells her all the things that have happened. He takes them to an old friend of his and convinces him to help the wife and daughter to flee to a foreign country. However, he and the wife discover that the daughter was playing with the old friend's young son, who was supposed to have passed 2 years ago. The old friend says that he used shedding to save his son, and the professor's men were waiting for them to come. After the billionaire tells him the dark secret behind the shedding, the old friend is shocked and disgusted. After that, he runs away to distract the professor's men while the old friend, the wife, and the daughter escape. The billionaire smashes the neighbor's car with him in it, but the wife and daughter are captured and taken away. The billionaire stops taking his medicine in order to experience more memories of the owner of his body, in the hopes that those memories will lead him to the professor. This works, and it reveals that the doctor had a lab in an abandoned warehouse. So the billionaire goes there. The professor captures him and attempts to shed the neighbor into the body of the billionaire. The billionaire remembers that metal interferes with the shedding process, and he takes a bullet casing in his mouth, sabotaging the procedure and causing the neighbor to pass. He rescues the wife and the daughter and gets rid of the professor once and for all. He arranges for the two women to flee the country, just like he had planned. The billionaire later visits his real estranged daughter. He does not show his true identity inside the new body, and instead gives her a letter where he tries to reconcile with her. Then the billionaire goes to the region where the wife and daughter are, completely stops taking his medicine. The young man's mind slowly returns, while the billionaire's soul passes. Then the young man finds a video message from the billionaire thanking him for the time that he gave to him. The story ends with the young man finally reunited with his family.
What are your thoughts about the story? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you would like to see more similar videos, and give us a thumbs up to get more recommendations of our videos. Be the first to watch the latest videos by clicking the bell icon. See you on the next video.